If you're an addict or you love an addict, then you know that anything that comes out of their mouth is a lie most of the time, especially when it comes to money. My grandma was my biggest enabler, and she was also there for me when my parents did the tough love thing and turned their back on me. My grandma was the only one that was there for me. And when I say that she was there for me, what I mean is she enabled me. She gave me finances, she paid for my drugs, she paid for my lifestyle. She did everything that she's not supposed to do. By her doing that, she was just delaying the inevitable. Eventually, I would resort to criminal activity, and I ended up going to prison twice. But this was before that. This was like maybe 2 years into my addiction. At this point in this story, she is not helping me anymore. She is done at this time. She has decided that she's not going to fund my drug addiction any longer. She's going to cut me off. I ended up having to sell my car on the night of a hurricane. I ended up having to go to one of those buy here, pay here places and sold the car for literally I think the guy gave me $800 and we had just paid like $4,000 for this car. When I say we, I mean my grandma. So I stayed at a hotel the first night when the hurricane was coming, and that is a whole nother story. And I knew that there was no way that I could go home with my grandma there because she just made my life miserable when she was around, when I was trying to do my thing. I concocted this plan, this lie, that I was certain she would leave. And it's so shameful. I told her that I owed them money. When I say them, I mean the people who were selling me the substances. And I told her that if I didn't pay them, that they were going to burn the house down, and they didn't care if she was in it or I was in it or her little poodle was in it. She did exactly what I thought she would do. She went and she got a hotel room for herself for the night. But she one-upped me. She called my dad, who lived like 80 miles away, and told him what was going on, which I did not see that one coming. So my dad drives the 80 miles to come and make sure that I'm not unalived in the house. And some weird thing that happens when you're paranoid and you've been up for some days, you have like these little spidey senses. You know when someone is going to show up at your house and they're not like unwelcome people, like 5-0 or like just people you don't want to see. You know when they're going to show up. You can feel it. Well, I felt it. I was convinced it was the cops because I had a warrant. I was running from drug court, and I just knew that they were going to come there. So I'm hiding behind the house, and I hear gravel, and our driveway was gravel. So I knew that someone was coming up the driveway. I seen it was my dad's truck. I was like, oh shit, there's no way that I can come out of the hiding spot now and tell him I'm alive, because I didn't know that that's what he was there. I thought he was there to whoop my behind. He knocks on the door. I don't answer, and he calls the cops. He was coming to make sure that I was not unalived by the big bad boogeyman. Remember, I said that I had warrants. Well, the cops came. They didn't just come like 1 or 2 cops. They had the helicopter. They had cop dogs, and they had probably 10 squad cars. I don't know if it's because my dad told them that the boogeymen were after me and that I might be dead inside, or if they expected the boogeymen to be in the house or what, but they were ready. They were ready for whatever. I knew I was in trouble. I had a little bit left. I stashed the rest. I knew I was going, and I was not happy about it. There was no way that I was going to jail that night. I would rather unalive. So I made a plan. I was going to get everything ready, go into the bathroom, flip the light on, do my thing, and then when the cops came in, I would be dead. God had another plan for me. I did my plan. I got everything ready. I went into the bathroom. I flipped the light on. I hurried up, and I tried so hard. I'd been up for days. My pupils were so big. I could not focus. And when I did it, I missed half of it. And it's probably best that I did, because I wouldn't be sitting here telling you this story right now. As soon as the light came on, I heard them, "She's in the main house." And then before I knew it, I was upside down on the ground getting hogtied. And that is probably one of the most shameful lies that I told in my addiction. There's many, but that's up there. I spent probably 19 years in my addiction, and my grandma never got to see me get clean. She never got to see me change my life. She never got to see me get sober. And the sad part about that is I know that she would be so proud of me and my accomplishments. And it's so hard for me to know that I put her, my favorite person, my best friend, through all of that crap And all she did was just want to love me and love me through the worst of it. When I pray, I tell her I'm sorry. And I tell her I love her. And I tell her that I'm so sorry that I put her through that crap. And this is how I visit her. This is where I tell her I'm sorry. You gotta make amends before it's too late. Say you're sorry while you still have a chance to. Get right before this is you, or you're not able to tell your loved one how much they mean to you. Addiction is real, but so is recovery. If this story resonated with you, you can give me a follow, like, comment, share, do all the things. But we do recover.